A good Tuesday, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Dery. Thanks for checking us out on Kare 11 Plus. We're the day after our deluge. Many of us saw well over an inch of rainfall yesterday, and you can see many of our automated stations across the region well over an inch, including the Twin Cities. Keep in mind these are rainfall totals from midnight to midnight yesterday, so your backyard might vary, and this was basically a two-day event. Wilmer saw over an inch, Worthington over an inch as well, and you can see the purple shaded area, basically the central part of the state, did see the highest rainfall totals where 2+ inches of rain actually did fall in some locations. Check it out. Here's some of the highest totals that we saw from the last couple of days. Richmond, which is between Paynesville and St. Cloud, 4 inches of rainfall. Plymouth saw 3 inches, just shy of 3 inches in Elk River, and MSP officially about an inch and a quarter of rainfall, two-day total. And what was interesting about this event was it wasn't that heavy thunderstorm type of rain, which can dump a lot of rain in a very short amount of time. This was basically a 12 to 18 hour rainfall event where many locations saw continuous rainfall, that light to moderate variety that added up to some very significant rainfall totals. And something about April the 27th is making it seem like it's historically wet. See, April 27th has the most 1-inch rainfall days through the entire month at MSP, and yesterday we added 9. So 9 years on April 27th, at least in recorded history, we've had more than an inch of rainfall at MSP. And what's interesting is the next highest day of the month is April the 14th with 5. So 9 on April 27th and then just 5 on April 14th. How about that? A lot quieter today. We're seeing plenty of sunshine, some hazy high clouds over the southern third of the state. We have some lower clouds, more overcast conditions from the Iron Range out towards the Arrowhead, but otherwise things are relatively quiet here. We have some lighter showers that are passing over parts of Nebraska at the moment. The last of our big weather system, which doesn't look anything like it did yesterday, is pushing over eastern Ontario and over the eastern Great Lakes region. Notice some heavier thunderstorms redeveloping over the Central Plains states, especially parts of Missouri. These are the areas that saw a ton of severe weather yesterday. These are all the storm reports, which range from hail reports to wind damage. Just a couple of tornadoes reported, but some big time straight line wind damage was reported across parts of the Central Plains and into the Ohio River Valley late yesterday evening and overnight. All of that severe weather stayed away from us. We were just on the steady stratiform rain side of that system yesterday, so good news for us. It's breezy on the backside of the system. These are current wind speeds, most of us between about 10 and 15 miles per hour. The windiest weather was immediately behind the front yesterday evening and overnight. We had a few wind gusts that were over 30 miles per hour. Today the wind is still breezy, but just not as gusty as what we saw last night, and the wind is forecast to gradually subside as we head into the latter half of the afternoon and overnight tonight. That is certainly pulling in cooler conditions. Temperatures right now range from the low to mid 50s around the Twin Cities. We still have some 40s across the western and northern part of the state, so these are seasonably cool temperatures, and this is pretty much what we're going to have to get used to for really the rest of the work week. Temperatures are going to stay about 5-8 degrees cooler than average through the rest of the week. We don't see a warming trend at least until we get into the upcoming weekend and beyond. So these are forecast high temperatures over the next 5 days, and notice pretty much similar conditions throughout the rest of the week. Mid to upper 50s today through Friday, slight dip on Thursday, and you can see the average high temperature is 62 degrees. And notice that weekend warming trend. We're back in the mid 60s by Saturday, possibly mid to upper 60s as we head into Sunday. So a little more seasonal, and a pretty decent weekend is in the forecast. Now keep in mind, these are afternoon highs. During the early morning hours, especially near and just after daybreak, when we typically see the coolest part of the morning, that's where temperatures are going to be chilly. Many of us might actually wake up to some patchy areas of frost over the next couple of mornings, especially outside the Twin Cities metro. So that's kind of the next thing that we'll have to be watching for over the next couple of days. Let's check out microcast. Mostly sunny through the rest of the afternoon, with clouds increasing after dark for a brief time, but we will stay dry. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Once again, a good amount of sunshine. There's a weak little disturbance that's passing through the state tomorrow afternoon. A spotty shower is possible for some. You can see it's painting us those spotty showers later tomorrow afternoon, but this is not going to be a big washout event. A stray shower or two mid to late afternoon, and then we see things dry up as we head into the evening. That about does it for rain chances for the rest of the week and probably into the upcoming weekend. Our next best chance of seeing showers we're going to have to hold off until Monday of next week. And even then, the chance for rain is just scattered showers. So sunshine returns today, breezy and cool. Temperatures 57 degrees. It's about 5 degrees cooler than average with a northwest wind. Breezy early on, but then that wind should gradually subside as we head into the evening hours and tonight. You can see temperatures region-wide in the mid-50s across the region. This will basically be a rinse and repeat forecast through the next couple of days, and these are forecast lows for tonight. Notice 20s across parts of northern Minnesota. Many areas, even as far south as Willmar, seeing temperatures near or just below the freezing mark. Let's zoom in close to the Twin Cities metro, and you can see the metro core is safe from dropping below the freezing mark, but outlying metro locations, say around maybe Waconia, Buffalo, Princeton, North Branch, the Chisago Lakes area, has a chance of seeing some patchy frost over the next couple of mornings. So just keep that in mind. If you have any frost-sensitive plants, might want to think about bringing those in the garage over the next couple of mornings. We stay dry and seasonably cool through May Day, which is this upcoming Friday. We see that weekend warming trend, a little bit warmer than average, and our next rain chance is on Monday.